Good boy. Here is Bertie. So Bertie isn't a puppy. He's 2 years old, but he looks like one. And he is a border terrier. Hey, Bert, good boy. So what we need to do when you're doing puppy uni is to make sure you can handle all areas of your dog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at Bertie's head and then work my way down. Do you want to sit, boy? Do you want to sit? Good boy. Sit down. There you are. Okay, so he's happy sitting right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is just lift his head up gently and make sure that I can check each of his ears. So I'm going to look inside the first ear, make sure I can handle it, and then look inside his second ear, make sure I can handle it. And then what's also really helpful is being able, good boy, it's okay, good boy. It's also really good to make sure I can check inside the teeth and lifting up his lip on either side. And just make sure I can handle around his mouth. It's really important I can handle his face. So I'm just putting my hands around his face, and then I'm going to run my hand down his back, and then we really need them to be able to stand on the table. So I'm just going to encourage him to stand. Ready, stand. Good boy. You happy, boy? Ready? Good boy. So he'll want to lean against me, so I'm just going to have him stand. There we are. So the next thing I want to do is just check that I can touch each of his feet. So I'm going to run my hand down his front leg, lift up his foot, and then make sure I can handle in between each of his toes. I'm going to go through each of them. I'm then going to repeat that down the next leg for him. So I'm going to run my hand down this leg, lifting up his foot, and going in between each of his toes. Make sure I can handle all of it. And then I'm going to run my hands down his back. I'm going to put this hand through and support his body into me. And then I'm going to run my hand down his leg and lift up his back foot. Now I'm supporting his knee. And I'm again going to handle in between each of his toes. It's really helpful that we can handle a dog's foot without them being too ticklish. Put that one down. And then I'm going to do the back one. So obviously a puppy isn't going to necessarily be used to this. Bertie comes to the salon regularly, so he's very well behaved on a table. So if they need to be laying down, if you do it while they're sleeping, that's fine too. As long as you're handling in between all of those toes so we can handle them, that's really helpful. And then the final area, we need to be able to obviously, careful, good boy, be able to check their bottom. So we're going to lift that tail up, pop it back down, lift that tail up, pop it back down, so he feels really confident that nothing is going to happen at his back end that would be scary.